Audience research is a research method to find out information about the target audience. The method will be primary research as you would gain the information yourself. The purpose that we use this method would be to find out information about our target audience. We carried this out in our music video when we researched our target audience. Audience data research is used when you gain information such as the age range and gender. It is quantitative and qualitative as you can use focus groups and polls. We use this research method when we researched our audience's age range and gender and other aspects in creating our music video. Audience profiling researches things such as ethnicity and more into depth with the audience. Normally, it would be primary research as you would gain the information by yourself. We will use this in the future when we profile the audience. Demographics research is worked into group data. It is mostly quantitative as most of the data is in numerical form. The purpose of this is to gain more knowledge of the audience in numerical form. Geodemographic research is studying and grouping the people that are based in a geographical area. It will be primary research as evidence gained is your own. You could also use surveys to gain this information. We will use this information in our chocolate project to group where the audience is based. Consumer behavior research looks at the reasons that people have to buy or to not buy a product. It is primary research as you could carry out questionnaires, meaning you have done this by yourself. We will use this to find out reasons that people have to buy or to not buy chocolate. Consumer attitudes research is to see how the people's reactions and attitudes are to buying different products. It will be primary research and qualitative research as you will need reasons in worded form. We will need to find out what people think about chocolate and what reason they have to buy it. Audience awareness research looks into how a company needs to make sure they meet the audience's standards. It would be primary and secondary as we can ask questionnaires ourselves and we could also get information from the internet. We did this previously for our music video as we looked into our audience's likes and dislikes. Market research looks into how businesses gather and gain information about their customers and their products. We use this in our music video as we created a pitch and we looked into how we could market our video. Product market research goes into finding out how the products that businesses provide are marketed and sold. It would mostly be secondary research as you will need to find out a lot of second-hand information. And by this you could use internet for specific techniques. We will need to use this in the future as we will need to find out about the ways there are to market chocolate. Competitive research goes straight into looking at what rivals sell and how well they are doing so. Secondary research as you will be finding out about different competitors and the kind of products they sell. We will look into different companies as how they sell their products in the media production. Competitor analysis research looks at the strengths and weaknesses of different competitors. It can be done by carrying out many observations, so this would mean it is primary research. The purpose is this, to look at the strengths and weaknesses of different competitors' products. Advertising placement is a research that looks into where would be good and suitable places to place the advertisement for the product. This will come under primary research as you will need to find out about the places yourself. The purpose of this research is to ensure you have good ways and good creative thinking to place a product in the right suitable place. Advertising effects research is a research into what the institution does to make the advertising look sufficient that would make sure it would appeal to the target audience. It would mostly be primary research as you would do the research yourself and you would make the effects sufficient. The purpose of this would be to make sure the advertising effects are a right form so they could appeal to the target audience. Production research is doing research about the products that are in the market or plays and movies. It would be primary as you can conduct surveys. We will find out about different productions that are in the market. Content research is to find out about the content that would be included in a media production. It would be primary and secondary research as you can get the information yourself or you can research someone else's. We did this in a previous project as we found out about props to be in our music video. Viability research is to see the developments of a product, meaning it would see how real it is. It would be secondary as you would look into other competitors' work and see their own products. We will use this in our chocolate project when we research the competitors' developments in their products and how real they make the advertising look. Placement media research is looking into the advertising of the product and how it's promoted. It would be primary research as we will look for the places ourselves and qualitative as no numbers are included. We will use this in the future as we will look for advertising techniques for our chocolate. Finance research is to look into how the money that an institution has manages it. It would be secondary research as we need to find out about different businesses' money managing techniques, which also means it would be quantitative as it is in numerical form. The purpose of this would be to find out how to manage your finances. Costs in production research would be to look at the costs of the props and equipment. It would mostly be secondary research as you will be researching different companies' product costs, and it would be quantitative as it is numbered. We use costs in our music video as we had to buy props. Technological resources is a research that looks into different things such as text and software. It would be secondary as you will need to do internet research, and qualitative research as it looks into facts about the resources. The purpose is to get your own idea as we did in our music video. Personnel research would look into how consumers would ask themselves questions about how right the product is. It would be primary research as it is done by themselves and you can use polls to do this. It looks into how consumers and customers decide on their products. Location research would be to look into where the production should and would be based. It would primary as we could look for our locations ourselves. The locations should be chosen very carefully and we did so in our music video.